So today, we're going to jump into a story that plays out against this absolutely massive historical backdrop, America getting pulled into World War I. But here's the thing. This isn't a story about generals or big battle plans. Nope, it's about a quiet promise, a promise made between two people, Lyle and Emily, while the whole world around them was getting ready for total chaos.
And that's the whole story right there, isn't it? That one line from Emily, it just captures the entire emotional weight of it all. They've just started this amazing new chapter, and suddenly it's being threatened by a war happening an entire ocean away. So let's unpack how they got to this point. All right, so let's set the scene. It's the spring of 1917, down in San Diego. For a guy named Lyle Carringer and a woman named Emily Auble, life is all about quiet walks and a new romance just starting to bloom. But you've got this undeniable shadow of the Great War in Europe just hanging over absolutely everything. What's so fascinating here is you can literally see history closing in on them. In the middle of April, all this talk about a military draft, it's just noise in the newspapers, right? But then, boom, by the end of the month, Congress passes it. And by May, it's the law. Suddenly, this big, abstract political debate is about to get really personal. So, at the exact moment the world is getting terrifyingly huge and complicated, Lyle brings it all back down to something small and understandable. He's talking about a San Diego that doesn't exist anymore, a frontier town. And look, this isn't him just being nostalgic, this is him opening up, sharing his entire world, his roots with Emily. And this right here is such a crucial moment. Emily admits that San Diego doesn't really feel like her home. And Lyle, he just completely redefines what home even means. He tells her it's not about a dot on a map. It's a person. It's about belonging. This is the moment their bond becomes unbreakable, right as the world is trying its best to tear them apart. Okay, so that leads us right to the turning point. That vague threat of war, well, it's not vague anymore. It's here, and it's demanding that Lyle make a concrete decision that's going to change his life forever.
And there it is. He just drops it on her while they're watching ships in the harbor. See, he's not waiting around to get drafted. He's choosing to go. You can almost feel the air go still after he says that. Just the immense weight of those words hanging there between them.
This really shows you the two completely different realities they're living in, doesn't it? On one side, you have Lyle, and he's just clinging to any sliver of hope he can find. You know, maybe I'll get a desk job, maybe I'll stay in the States. He even admits it's how he's dealing with his own fear. But Emily? She sees the brutal, terrifying truth. She knows men are dying, and for her, the only future that matters is one where he's in it, safe.
Now you'd think a conversation this intense, this full of fear, would end in a huge argument, but it doesn't. Instead, it pushes them somewhere else, towards something way more powerful. It leads them to a promise.
Wow, Emily just cuts right through all the fear, all the what-ifs. He hasn't even really asked the question yet, but she knows what he's thinking. And she doesn't even hesitate. And get this is the very first time they've ever said they love each other. Right here, in the middle of a total crisis. And her saying that, it just gives Lyle the courage to make his own declaration. I mean, it's not some fancy planned out proposal. He even says he's doing it all wrong. But that's what makes it so incredibly real, you know? He's staring into this completely uncertain future and trying to build one single solid thing to hold on to, a life with her after the war. And just as directly, she says yes. But listen to how she says it. When you come home. That's not a question, is it? It's a statement. It's an act of faith. Their promise is sealed. Now they have a future to fight for. So this takes us to their last evening together before he goes to enlist. And it's not really a goodbye. It's something else entirely. I mean, just look at how simple and human these promises are. They're not grand, dramatic gestures. They're real, practical things to keep them connected across thousands of miles. Writing letters about boring, ordinary life, that's going to be his lifeline. It's how he keeps his home with him. And that last one, come home to me, that's not a request. It's an order filled with love.
This line just says it all. Emily refuses to accept the finality of goodbye. It's her own small act of defiance against everything that's happening. It's a statement of absolute certainty in a world where nothing is certain anymore. It's their shared belief that this is temporary.
So, picture this. Lyle is riding the trolley home, alone. He's a completely changed man. I mean, just 4 months ago, he was a shy floor walker in a department store. Now he's carrying the weight of this incredible promise and the hope for a future he has to build. He's not just fighting for his country anymore, he's fighting his way back home to Emily.
And that's where we're left.
with this one huge, sobering thought. Standing between their promise and their future is the entire brutal reality of the First World War. Their story is just this powerful reminder of what was really at stake for millions of ordinary people whose personal lives, whose hopes were put on hold by history. All they had to do was survive.